Hello friends, in this video we shall discuss the difference between BE, RE and actual. These are used in the budget, or if you are dealing with the public finance numbers, then you come across these three abbreviations. One is BE, that is budget estimate, then RE, that is revised estimate, and then actual estimate. So what are the difference between these three terminologies? Let us discuss. First, it is B. When we say B, that is budget estimate, that is basically the number that the government presents in the budget, that in the coming fiscal year we are planning to spend this much. So that means we are planning to mobilize revenue in this way. So that will be BE for revenue collection, and similarly they will be planning to spend certain amount. So that will be budget estimate for the expenditure, that we are going to spend this money under these heads. For this project we are allocating this much money. So that is budget estimate. That means whatever was presented in the budget and they are planning to spend that much money, or they are planning to mobilize this much money in the coming budget or in the coming fiscal year. Then comes RE. You will see that after 1 year you will find revised estimate. That means after 1 year the picture becomes little clear that how we spend the money in the last year. Suppose the government had planned to spend 100 rupees in the coming fiscal year, say 2020-21. Okay, so this is the current fiscal year, and in the February government had presented a budget estimate that we are going to spend 100 rupees in the fiscal year 2020-21. Okay, so at the end of 2021 fiscal year, now government again presents another budget estimate, but then whatever was allocated for the 2021, now that will the clear picture emerges. Even though government allocates 100 rupees, most of the time you will see government is not able to spend that much 100 rupees, or similarly government is not able to mobilize that much revenue whatever was promised in the budget. Sometimes it could be even higher. Suppose government had allocated 100 rupees for the total budget, but due to some reason government had to increase the allocation, so it could be 105 rupees. Similarly, it could be even less than 100 rupees, because usually government gives a higher number in the budget, and you will see that at the end of the year they have spent only less than 100 rupees. Similarly, for the revenue collection, government had planned to mobilize 100 rupees, but due to a fall in revenue or due to unforeseen situations, the revenue collection declined and it would be less than 100 rupees. So that actual situation emerges at the end of the fiscal year, and that's why you get the revised estimate, which could be higher or it could be lower. Mostly it is lower than the budget estimate. In a very few years you will find the revised estimate is higher than the budget estimate. And so that comes after 1 year. Get the real information from the departments. You collect the information. Okay, this was allocated to your department, how much money you have spent, and so that's how we give the revised estimate in the budget. Then comes actual estimate. So at the end of 1 year, now when the picture becomes clear, government has to basically get it audited, and that audited statement first that the internal audit happens, then that is the CAG audit happens, and after clarification of all the doubts, because CAG also raised some objections and then clarifications, and then that gets clarified. So finance department will have to clarify all those doubts, and then CAG clears that report. So once all these estimates are cleared by the CAG and the actual picture emerges, that gets placed before the Parliament. If it is Government of India, then that report will be presented before the Parliament, and that will be discussed, and that gets cleared. So then that number becomes actual number. Similar at the state level, the CAG again audits the report, and then that is placed before the there is a committee called Public Accounts Committee that is discussed, and then that gets that is presented in the Legislative Assembly, and that the assembly that is approved by the Assembly, and that becomes the actual figure. So you will find, suppose if you are going through the budget of say 2020-21, you will find the numbers for this year are given in budget estimate, that is B. Then for the previous year you find say for the year 2019-20, you will find the numbers are given in RE, and for 2018-19 you will find the actual estimates. So because it takes time, and so there is a lag between the budget estimate, the revised estimate, and the actual estimate. So budget estimates are the proposals, the revised estimates are almost actual, but that gets audited, and that is discussed in the Public Accounts Committee, and that is discussed in the Parliament or the Legislative Assembly, and after the approval, then this number becomes the actual estimate. So this is the difference between budget estimate, revised estimate, and actual estimate. I hope you have liked this video. If you find this video useful, please subscribe my channel.